Hey guys, so we are on week 2 of potty training. As promised, I told you I would keep you guys in the loop. I do have one tip for you guys. I found these really cool things. They are like a black dot that you put in the toilet. You can use them for the little potties or just dry off an area in the potty and put them on it. This will work really awesome in either toilet for boys or girls because they can pee right on it, and for boys in the big potty as well because they can aim towards it. So what they're really cool about is they start black. You could do the regular targets with stickers, but I like the ones that start black because they actually have to pee on them to get some sort of like kind of input from them. I got ones that are dinosaurs and monster trucks, and they're really cool. They're kind of like magic, and they're really excited to check them out. We have kind of like a mixed review. So last day of week 1, if you guys remember, we had no accidents. We did really awesome. He didn't poop, but he tried, and we would like a little ice cream party to celebrate after. So starting out week 2, not perfect, but not terrible. He did really well, still not telling us what to do or if he has to go, but still a little more independent, taking his pants on and off, trying to wipe and things like that. So that's super successful. Day 1 of week 2, he did have one accident, but he told me he had to go and he was running to the bathroom, and I literally saw his pants just kind of wet in the back and all around. So he tried. So I really feel like that's a positive thing. So not a bad thing there. Day 2 of week 2, not so great. 3 accidents. One was pee, and he again told me he had to go, but walking to the bathroom, he all of a sudden just like took off his pants. He said he'd already went. I really don't feel very badly about these kind of accidents because he's aware that he's went or has to go, so he's learning. It's part of the experience, especially if he's expressing it. The second one was a poop accident, and this one was kind of a bummer, but also a good thing. He had a little friend over, and he went in the closet, checked the friend out, and pooped. And she was all a year older than him, so she's 4, and she said that she didn't want to play with him because he pooped his pants. And he cried and had a big meltdown, but I told him it's okay, accidents happen, that our friends don't always understand, that you're not ready like they are. She's a year older than him, but I'm not old enough to understand and not know that she hurt his feelings. But in the same respect, it was good it happened at home in an environment where I was there to kind of comfort him and make it not as big of a deal, but let him know that maybe next time he should have told us to go, or they had to go. Then third accident, poop again. This time after the friend had left, pretty shortly after, and he really, I think, was just super tired and didn't want to deal with going on the potty, but went in his bedroom again and pooped. So the trick here and the tip here for you guys is do not leave them alone, especially if you're kind of having success and you're really close. Day 3, super exciting. No accidents at all. Really happy. Now I will say we played outside some and he was like a little damp, just kind of getting sweaty. We have the plastic covers over underwear, and those can make the kids really hot and almost give them a rash even in some places. So make sure you do have Aquaphor and the right diaper rash cream to treat those things if you are seeing some of that. I'm still keeping the plastic covers on those and just kind of be careful with him, and he seems to be doing very well with that. We also have dogs that mark up the house if he has any accidents in the house. So naked time's not an option for us, but no accidents at all. He did not poop this day though, but he really tried. So I felt super successful about this day. I was really excited about it. Day 4 of week 2, best day of potty training by far. No accidents all day, no dampness, and he even pooped in the potty. Yes, so day 4, week 2, I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling like we're getting it. Not like one little nugget, like big poop, super excited. I was in there with him. We were reading a book, and you could tell, he could just see, he's like, oh my goodness, I'm doing it. He was so proud of himself. I immediately said, you know what you get. You pooped in the potty. He knew, I'm getting candy or gummies. I said, yeah, let's go pick. Made a big deal of it. Told him how proud we were. Hugs, kisses, told his daddy. Big deal. So excited. So much self-gratification there. I really wanted another moment like this for him. And he even did an awesome job trying to wipe by himself, and he helped a little bit there. So that was awesome. Day 5, awesome again. No accidents, didn't poop, but tried really hard. He was with his grandparents all day, so I was kind of a little bit nervous about this one. He went probably 30 minutes to an hour, so we still are at that going very often mark, but really great. 3 days in a row, no accidents. Super happy about this one. The next day he went to school. He was in school no accidents at school, no accidents upon arrival. Then he goes to his grandparents after school on this day, and he did have one accident with them somewhere. They didn't really know when, sometime after dinner, and said that they don't really know what happened, but they knew that he did have a small accident. Just pee, no pooping this day, but he tried. So that was kind of like a little bit of a downer, just coming off of 3 accident-free days, but accidents happen, so it's no big deal. Last day of week 2, kind of discouraging for me, and everyone else that's been working so hard with him. 4 accidents. I'm like, okay, so we had this awesome, super successful time, and now it kind of feels like setbacks. So last day of week 2, 4 accidents. 3 pee, 1 poop. I just don't really know. Trying to stay motivated, trying to stay kind of positive. What I'm realizing is I feel like with going every 30 minutes, we're seeing a lot more resistance and even some hitting and kicking and unwanted behaviors. We're still treating these and explaining to him that this is not about the potty, but this is about the fact that you can't be aggressive and treat people that way, and that consequences will be taken. We do set the consequences prior to starting the activity so that he knows what's going to happen. And you're not saying, well, because you did this, that, to me, it's like, you know the consequence. So maybe one of your bedtime stories will get taken away. So I recommend setting your kind of bedtime routine up so that there are things that they like maybe 2 stories, and then we have like a little dancing dinosaur. Those are 3 things that are privileges that can be removed throughout the day. If they really like those things, they can work for them, and it's end of the day goals. So things to think about, but do constantly remind that these are the consequences and the privileges. So those are vocabulary and words that we use quite often. But again, that is not for not going potty. That is not for peeing in their pants or pooping in their pants ever. Never provide consequences for that. It's for unwanted behavioral issues like kicking, hitting, biting, yelling, those type of things, especially the violent, aggressive behaviors. You can also do timeouts and things like that. We tried some different things. The best thing for us is just taking a consequence. Timeouts haven't really been sinking in, and spankings and things like that are just not effective for our son. Different things for every child will work, so kind of figure out what works best for you guys. But the accents today were 1 pee, and my mom did say he went over an hour, had a popsicle. They kind of lost track of time a little bit, so that one made a little sense. Next 2 were within that 30-minute time frame of going to the bathroom. I was there, and I was just kind of like a little bit confused by it. I don't really know what happened. He definitely had one right after 30-minute mark we took him, and then the next one too, which he was really resistant, really like angry about going. And I think it's because he knew he was wet and didn't want me to find out. Last one, he woke up super angry in the car, and just, well, he'd fallen asleep, and then when he woke up, he was really angry and like got himself so worked up that I think he just peed between waking up and being mad. And then he wanted to go play in his room alone, so I said, okay, you do that while I make dinner. And my husband agreed. We all needed a break from each other for a minute. Immediately went in his closet and pooped, which is where he goes. And he doesn't like take his pants off and poop. He goes in his underwear, but he closes the door, and he's like super shameful and hides about it. So we got it taken care of. No more accidents rest of the night, but just like I said, a little bit discouraging since we have been doing so well. We are obviously going to keep continuing with our same plan. The big thing that I have heard through research and through working with other children is just maintain that consistency. We are going to try to switch over to taking him every hour just to kind of take off some of that pressure, and not necessarily every hour on the mark, just that's going to be kind of like our max until he starts having less accidents. And we're going to kind of focus on more of those scheduled things, like we go potty when we wake up. We go potty before we leave the house. We go potty before different activities. So hopefully those things help you guys out. I will continue to keep you guys up to date on the progress as we go. We are starting week 3 tomorrow, and let me know if you guys have any tips for me or what you found to be successful, or maybe something we're doing that you're like, don't do that. Just let me know. Bye guys. Good to see you.